Hello friends, welcome to the next series of A Boater's Guide. This is a series where I sit down and talk about the ins and outs of visiting different harbors by boat, what I learned, and what you need to know if you plan on visiting this harbor. Currently, Tritea is tied up to a mooring ball in King Harbor at Redondo Beach, California. Redondo Beach is 8 miles south of Marina del Rey, and there's a large guest mooring ball field, and it is certainly the most affordable of guest mooring balls and slips anywhere that I've found in Southern California. It is $24 a night, I believe, for like the 40-foot and under boats, and that is fantastic price savings. I've been here for 7 days today, and that's the limit that you can stay, is 7 days. The mooring field has been almost completely empty. There have been a couple of yachts that passed through and tied up for one night or 2 nights, but primarily I've been the only person here. Along with the affordable price, a lot of the surrounding area is not quite as fancy as places like Marina del Rey or Newport that we've talked about in the past. The pier area, there's a very unique pier structure, and a lot of the shops and buildings there feel, once I read a review on Navionics and someone said that an area felt depressed. So that's kind of what that area feels like. And I've read online that there are plans to revitalize the waterfront area, but it is yeah, it's kind of a little dated and not a ton of shops. There seems to be a lot of sort of higher end restaurants in the area that I didn't visit, so I can't speak on. But either way, there's plenty to get to, with a short walk or car ride. The dinghy dock that's assigned for this mooring field is absolutely terrible. It is run down. There's a tour boat that ties up on one side of it, and they store their benches and stuff, so sometimes you can't even get off your dinghy without kind of pushing stuff out of the way. And the other sort of bummer about that dinghy dock is that one night I came back at 9 o'clock and the gate was locked, and I had the ship's dog, Mr. Steady, with me, and so I had to awkwardly lift him over the gate. And the gate's only 3 feet high or something, but I could have hurt him or myself trying to get him over this gate that was locked. And it's supposed to be, there's signs that say it's the transient guest dinghy dock, but then they lock it, and I even found it locked in the middle of the day in the week when the tour boat's not running, so that's a bummer. But I did discover a much better dinghy dock. It's actually listed on the charts as the hand carry boat launch. So a lot of people take their stand-up paddleboards to launch their kayaks and stuff like that. So that's the dock I've been using almost the whole time I've been here. And I just secure it to a cleat. I try to keep it out of the way so people have plenty of room to bring in their paddleboards and kayaks and stuff. I'll put up a chart right now that shows you the 2 different dinghy dock locations and which one I would say is the better of the 2 for you to use. There is a large breakwater wall all along the mooring field that smells quite strong when you're dinghying up to your boat, but I found it doesn't smell on the boat. Maybe it's the way the wind breaks over it, but the smell hasn't been too bad actually on the boat, on the mooring ball. There is a large platform full of sea lions that bark kind of 24 hours a day, so if you're a light sleeper, that might be tricky for you. They kind of don't stop barking. Right now is the only time they've been silent the whole time I've been here. Just north of the mooring field and King Harbor is the absolutely stunning The Strand Beach that stretches, I believe it stretches from Redondo Beach through Hermosa Beach to Manhattan Beach. Giant white sand beach, beautiful, perfect for swimming in the ocean, surfing, families taking their kids to swim. Really, really beautiful beach, and it's an easy walk. And I sat for 2 hours reading on it the other day, and it was just heaven. Like I've reported in other Boater's Guide episodes, there's a West Marine that is 1 mile walk from here. It's a very small West Marine, and they don't have a wide selection, but they do have the basics. So That's good to know about. There's also a public library just up the hill, maybe less than half a mile, and a Starbucks if you need Wi-Fi and coffee and whatnot. One of my Instagram friends, Connor Jackson, who is a Southern California-based sailor who did a tour of the South Pacific on his sailboat, he contacted me and said he spent a lot of time here back in the day, and that he said you can anchor on what's called the sandbar that is just north inside the breakwater of the mooring field. He said you need to anchor bow stern so that you don't swing out in the channel, but you can anchor there for free. I'm not sure the time limit. I haven't spoken to the harbor master about it, but that's something to look into. You could give them a call and see what they have to say about it. So that's an option for staying for free. I would imagine like it may be like Newport where you have 72 hours, but yeah, so that's another option for staying here. And there may be like guest docks that you can pick up in the marinas. There's several marinas around, and but I didn't explore that option because the price for this mooring bow was too good. It's also pretty protected from the wind, so yeah, it's a nice spot. And like, even there's some boat traffic, but it's a very still protected mooring field. It's been a very pleasant stay for sure. One of my favorite things about the experience of staying here is that I was able to do all the reservations and pay and everything on the iPhone app Daqua, and I'll put that up on the screen right now so you guys can see it. I found out about this app several years ago through my buddy Captain Dave Stovall, and when we picked up a mooring when we were delivering his new Kettenberg 40, and we picked up a mooring in Ventura for a couple days, and it's almost like an Airbnb for like marina slips. And while it doesn't seem like their network is gigantic yet, hopefully it'll build into like a worldwide thing to where it's like really convenient. And like with this, I never even had to check in. Like, I didn't have to go into an office. I didn't have to talk to anyone. I mean, again, like staying in this mooring field, you don't have any amenities, so there's no access to showers or shoreside restrooms or anything. But for $24 a night, you can't beat it. But again, I was able to like reserve, you know, I initially reserved 5 days, and you know, you have your credit card info in this app, and it charges you, and that was it. I went ahead and extended it 2 days at the end of my stay, and it was like very simple and like trouble-free. So that's pretty awesome. This is King Harbor, Redondo Beach. If you have any questions that I might be able to answer, hit me up in the comments, and I'll see if I can let you know what I know. Otherwise, this is, especially if you're passing through Southern California, if you're on a tight budget, and Marina del Rey is too expensive, this is not much further than Marina del Rey. It's $24 a night, and you have access to, you know, kind of anything you need because it's in the city as well. If you enjoyed this episode, please give it a thumbs up, and subscribe to the channel. Hit that little bell so you get notifications about future episodes. And there will be more of these coming as I, you know, pop around from harbor to harbor, country to country, coast to coast. Thanks for watching. Fair winds until next time.